Good evening, welcome to Premier Sport Fan Center, our live watch along show, and today you can see us in a different mode today, and yeah, that is Premier Sport Fan Center. You can get all the taste of presentation from Premier Sport Fan Center. I know what today is the Champions League, yeah, the sister round of the Champions League. Remember it is 8 matches to be played by all the teams. Six. This is the 6th match. Some teams have already played their 6th match. We saw early kickoff today. 2 matches were played in the early kickoff today, and we saw 5-goal trailer and 4-goal trailer in that encounter, where Atletico Madrid defeated Slavan Bratislava 3-1 in the first match, and Lille defeated Stormgrass 3-2. That was a 5-star performance from that encounter. And right now we have 7 matches going on simultaneously in the world of the Champions League, yeah, where we have AC Milan versus Trevna Zvezda, and Arsenal versus Monaco, and Benfica versus Bologna. And then also Benfica scored a goal, but that goal was ruled out by the official of that game. Dortmund versus Barcelona, and final versus Sparta Prague. Juventus versus the English champion Manchester City. Stuttgart versus the Young Boys. The Young Boys, they've been calling them Young Boys since 20 years ago. They refused to be old men, but hey, they are still young boys. And also, we'll be focusing on the match between Barcelona versus Dortmund and Arsenal versus Monaco. It promises to be exciting, and it's already on, and it's already giving us all the hits here in the studio. Well, I have with me Doki in the studio today. Doki, you are welcome.
Thank you for having me. Good evening, gentlemen and ladies. Good evening, fans all over the world. This is Premier Sports Fan Center, and today is match day 6 for Champions 2024-2025 season. And I'm so glad to be in the studio. Thank you for the grace to be here to talk sport and to look at what's happening here and to see how much of this we can dissolve as well as digest for our viewers and our listeners all over the world. So come along with us as we enjoy these matches together.
All right, and I'm having a Chelsea fan right here in the studio.
I can never be a Chelsea fan.
I just want to pull his leg,
I can never be a Chelsea fan.
Can never be a
Arsenal for life.
You can hear him. I just want to pull his leg. Yeah, so we're having an Arsenal fan in the studio, and it is Show Light, special name, yeah, for the young Arsenal player here. Show Light, how do you do today?
Well, I'm fine. Good evening, and then Doki, good evening as well to you. And also, we are into another dynamic game between Arsenal and Monaco, and then it's going to be a lovely night tonight for Arsenal, because I can see that Arsenal is they are all in good form, and then we could see that the guys in Arsenal, the big boys, actually they are going to show out their real form to Monaco in this UEFA Champions League tonight.
All right, let me start with Doki. Doki, what are your expectations today? The match between Barcelona versus Borussia Dortmund, given the fact that Borussia Dortmund, yeah, we are one of the finalists in the 2023 Champions League. They were in the final with Real Madrid. Yeah, that was the last time out. And yeah, playing against Barcelona, who recently have been up and down. We don't really know where they are right now.
Well, in Champions League, you can't say Barcelona has been up and down. From what we have gathered, they've been up. As the league stands, they're number 3 or number 4 on the league table, Champions League, which is like including 36 teams. So if they're number 3 or they close match the 5 with on the 3rd position, that's not down. They only lost a match and they've been winning ever since, and they're doing well in Champions League. They have defeated so many giants in the Champions League, including Bayern Munich, including the big boys of Europe. And right now, I see them defeating Dortmund in this edition.
What a miss from Dortmund.
Anyway, because that is going to be an off the first place. So I don't see Dortmund offsetting Barca. I think Barca will have the better of the German side. This game, get all the points.
All right, Show Light, we see Arsenal, it's not away from the top 8, away from the top 8. Yeah, right now they are sitting 12th.
12th.
Yeah, 12th. And
Position.
if they don't finish top 8 of the table, that means they have to play a home and away game. Yeah, in the round in the other round. So do you see Arsenal? Jump into the top 8?
Yeah, Arsenal actually they are in their A game in this UEFA actually, and also they've been very active actually. Although there have been some little challenges both in the UEFA for Arsenal and also in the APL, despite the lost game that we've had. But away from that, we could see that Arsenal are actually putting in all their best in making sure that we are moving higher, meaning we are moving to the to the top level of the table. And I believe from this game tonight we are going to defeat Monaco, because Monaco has just once beaten Arsenal ever since we've started the Champions League. In the past 5 to 6 seasons now, Arsenal has, have been stable had been active actually in the UEFA Champions League. And also I believe that tonight is going to be a very fantastic night for Arsenal.
All right, tonight is going to be a fantastic night for Arsenal. You can hear show light and the matches are ongoing. And we've witnessed 2 goals. Goals in 2 quarters in the ongoing 7 matches in the Champions League. Final 2 against Sparta Prague. Early 2 goals for final. And Young Boys 1 against Stuttgart. This point, early goals. So show light. What are you expecting in this match right now? We discover Arsenal also struggling. Because Arsenal too is struggling in the Champions League, because if you look at it, they're in the 12th position. For me personally, my hope is for Arsenal to be in the top 8. But right now they are outside the top 8. But if they get a win today, they can get to the top 8. That's what I'm saying. So what? Yeah. Like the line, we saw them struggle in the last match in the Premier League.
Yes.
We played 1-1 against who was that?
They played one in the EPL.
Against Fulham. Yeah, played
1-1
against Fulham in that EPL. And they have not been consistent in the EPL. They go for a draw, they win. Sometimes you think they're back, and before you know what's happening, they disappoint you. So what do you think Arteta is doing different to win the Champions League?
Yeah, never say never in the game actually, and though despite those inches that you've talked about, maybe we drew our match between Fulham. This is Champions League, and then we know that Champions League is not something that you can just easily come just like that and then lose your game. Even though despite that the matches in the EPL are far different from the Champions League. And also I find it even a little bit disagreement, even what Doki said about maybe Barcelona also even just winning their game against Dortmund. That okay, because these are teams that you can not just overlook or just override that okay, you are just going to beat them because of some challenges that even Barcelona have been having. Likewise, even what Arsenal also have been having, the challenges in their English Premier League also. Now, coming back here to the UEFA Champions League, that is now the home game of most clubs that are playing. Arsenal is going to defeat, not just that maybe they are going to defeat Monaco just like that, because I believe that Monaco is also a very strong club, a very strong team, and it's not what you can just say that you just want to defeat them just like that. But I believe that from this game of 12 minutes played right now, you could see that Arsenal have been taking possession of the field away from Monaco, and also you could see some some missed chances that we've missed. So I believe what Arteta, the team that the lineup of Arteta, those players that he's using presently, these are players that I believe that they are capable and also they are strong enough to defeat Monaco in this match.
All right, let's look at the lineup of these two sides first. Let's look at the lineup of Barcelona. Let's see how as a fleet has actually tweaked things here in this lineup where we have Pena as the goalkeeper and the 4 defenders here. From the left we have Balde, the 2 central defender, combination of Martinez and Kubasi, and Kaunde from the right, and up front where we have Casado and Pedri. Then the three musketeers up front here for Barcelona, Rafinha, Dani Olmo, and Yamil Lamar. Yeah, then up front is Lewandowski. Oh, that would have been the first goal for Barcelona. Rafinha went with his left foot. Yeah, almost get that one to the back of the net, but so much touch on that actually has derailed that ball from going to the back of the net. Yeah. So, Doki, we have seen the lineup of Barcelona, and we have seen what they actually brought to the field of play. Again, that kind of coiler, that kind of sliding coiler from Lamine Yamal from the left wing. They're trying to link up Rafinha. You know, we saw him in the last encounter. You know, twice he gave that kind of pass, and twice they got that goal. You know, and they almost got it right now. So we've seen that you've had a lineup. So what are you expecting in this match?
Well, the lineup is not far from what we expected. There is no surprise in the lineup. Casado holding his position while Pedri is meant to support him in the lever position. They're supposed to be the pivots for the side. However, the Barca bench is pretty rich, deep. So much later we'll possibly have stronger pivots, especially if Barca can get early goals. But as it is, the team is rather balanced as it stands. And Lewandowski, we can see, is back to starting lineup. 2 matches away, we saw how Hansi Flick decided to bench him for errors made against Betis. When he was benched, he was able to win. But he's back in the squad now. And good for himself. That's a wonderful thing. 37.4 over 10. Which makes Lamine Yamal the indispensable Barca player. Because among all the Barca players with ratings right now, Lamine is the only one with 7.4 over 7. The rest of the team are below 7. And as it stands, we expect Rafinha to have also gotten a better rating, but he's bundled about 2 chances right now. That was a very good chance.
And a beautiful shot there.
That was a big chance for
Lewandowski, and you can see him leaping.
Rafinha just missed 2 chances. One was a slider, the other was supposed to be a tap-in. He missed it, and then Lewandowski took a wild shot. That was a half chance for Lewandowski, not a full chance. But as it is, there's no surprise in the lineup for Barca, and the players should be fit. De Jong is back, he's on the bench. The Flick is insisting that De Jong is a very important member of the squad and is not willing to let him go against press and a lot of contrary opinions. But personally, I think De Jong should be excused because he's been put on the bench for a player like Casado. And that's because Mark Bernat is not around. If that small Bernat is around, he will be totally benched off. So, yeah, Frankie de Jong is not that kind of player. Let him go to a club where he can command the regular shirt and play. I think Man U is very interested in him. Maybe not anymore, but they used to be very interested in de Jong. So, as it is, yes, the squad is okay for this match.
All right, the squad is okay. Let's quickly look at the squad of Arsenal right here at the Emirates. And it's a moment here for the Borussia Dortmund just lose a beautiful chance, and it's Sebastian Allen.
What a miss.
The Ivorian will miss a beautiful chance there.
It was chance enough for him to have even scored that goal. It was so.
He had all the space on him with him.
You
know, there was no player on him. You know, he lost that beautiful moment. Yeah, there would have been a goal up against Barcelona right now.
Score an early goal.
All right, let's quickly look at the lineup of Arsenal here, where we have David Raya as the goalkeeper of Arsenal, and we have 4 men at the back here today. We can see Arteta fielding Lewis Kelly, from the left back there, and Kiwo Saliba appearing today. That is the absence of Gabriel Magalhaes, and Partey is playing from the right back, and we have at the midfielder here Odegaard, Rice and Marino. Then 3 men up front here, the 3 musketeers, where we have Bukayo Saka from the right, Gabriel Jesus from the middle, and Martinelli from the left. That is the line-up for Arsenal. Yeah, Lewis Kelly and trekking Kiwo into the central defend, and Partey from the right back I don't know. I think those are the little twerk we've seen from Mikel Arteta in this encounter.
Yeah, the formation of Arteta using keyword is something that I find a little bit difficult because I don't really prefer him using starting keyword. Are you getting it? Because
Yes.
this is a player that is not really too strong even in his defense, and I'm not too impressed even in his playing. So I get it, so difficult for me to see that Ateta is still using keyword in the first lineup. At least even if he's going to substitute him, it will have even be much better for me. And I could see that okay, um, this guy,
Gabriel,
no, not Gabriel,
Zinchenko. Which one are you?
Partey.
Thomas Partey. You go.
Yes, Thomas Partey. I could see that he's the one, even going to the left side of where keyword is, and because of the weakness of keyword, because I can see that he is just weak in that backward. He's really weak. To me, I wonder why Arteta keep starting him
But
up
again,
in the past two matches
what we have
now.
to check again is does he have any replacement for Gabriel Magalhaes, who is out? Because that is his position. That combination, Saliba and Magalhaes, has been one healthy combination that a lot of people have been are even naming the best in the world. But hey, I don't want to be too fast to say it's the best in the world. But so far, the absence of Magalhaes right now, I would definitely will.
Light is bringing up here. The coach is the most informed person about the team, and he has better information than any of us.
And the moment ever Barcelona into the hands of the goalkeeper of Borussia Dortmund.
He knows how many players are available for his choice at his disposal, and then know the capacities of these players. So he's not just going to bring in keyword if he has a better alternative to Kiwior. So Kiwior is actually the best alternative for the coach as it is. So you don't expect him to bring in Thomas Partey, put him in central position when you know Partey is not good enough in the central defense. So I think you guys just have to respect the opinion of the coach and appreciate the keyword. It was the same keyword that was there that defeated Man U. He started the match, he played the match, and he won 2-0. They kept a clean sheet against Man U. So why are you against keyword playing in the Fulham match? He left the game. He went out for Gabriel, who returned. But very likely Gabriel is also going to be on the bench here, trying to return. So I think that's not a difficult situation because the coach doesn't have much alternative. That's why the Barca coach is using Martinez. Martinez is not one of the best defenders you can have. But what options are available? Yeah. Do you want him to bring in Garcia, who is just returning from injury? You can't do that. You have to play your strong legs and manage their inabilities.
Yeah, that is why they are called manager. The manager situation. Danny Homo. He sent the one to Lewandowski over into the hands of the goalkeeper of Dortmund. Yeah, Kubel. He has been doing well in this encounter, and Lewandowski also has been giving good account of himself in this encounter. But let's see, Steve goalless in that encounter. 21 minutes into the first half. It is Borussia Dortmund 0, Barcelona 0. Yeah, Arsenal 0 and Monaco 0. So right now it's the same. Barcelona building from the right, and you can see Lamine Yamal. You can see the young lad there, giving good account of himself. Yeah, Barcelona sent that one into the middle of the park. Yeah, it's still Barcelona to the left side of the wing. Rafinha returned that one deep, and Barcelona switch control of the possession right now, and it's time to link up the row. Alameo, but that one has too much force on the edge and too much strength.
And it was too ambitious.
Yeah.
He should have played a better conservative pass rather than just go way into the 18-yard, which was too deep and too heavy for his teammate Lamine Yamal. Dortmund is not putting any pressure on the Barca team right now. The game has been one-sided so far. Dortmund has had one or two bites, one or two attempts up front, but not more than one or two attempts up front. Barca has possibly had about 10 or 12 of that kind of attempt. So the game is actually for Barca to lose. It's Barca's game to lose as it stands. Barca has created much more chances. They have attacked a lot more. Unfortunately, they haven't taken any of the chances, whether from Lewandowski or from Rafinha or from Lamine Yamal. They are yet to find the back of the net, but there have been so many attempts. If you look at the statistics right now, you want to look at the shots at goal for Barca versus let's look at Barca versus Dortmund. Shots at goal is going to be in the region of 5-2. Barca with 5, Dortmund with 2. And then possession, you are talking of Barca with 66% of the possession, Dortmund with 34% percent of the possession. So the game is still in the direction of Barca. The attack is in the direction of Barca. They just need to convert their chances and get early goals so that they can put the Dortmund, the home team, under intense pressure.
Well, let's quickly talk about a little bit from the two matches. Let's quickly look at the match between Juventus versus Manchester City. Yeah, that game is in the 26th minute and it is goalless. Yeah, and okay, what are your expectations in the match? And looking at this two sides, you see that Manchester City and Juventus are not far away from their position. You know, Manchester City is in 19th on the table, and Juventus is in 20th in the table. So both of them will actually need this victory today.
Yeah, both of them will require the victory. As it stands, City is struggling, and it's evident with their EPL performance. City has lost so many matches. Out of the last 8 or 10 matches they played, City has lost 8 over 10. They've only won 1, possibly drew 1 in 10 or 9 matches. Juve has not performed badly at home, although they lost recently, and they played a draw also with Genoa over the weekend. However, Juve will need a win to remain in contention. They still have to fight the powers of City. If you look at the lineup City brought to play today, you're going to see the big boys come to party. The big boys are all here. Unfortunately, a lot of these big boys are getting weaker. Bernardo Silva is getting, it's just a shadow of what we used to know. De Bruyne is not the De Bruyne that played last season or 2 seasons ago. But Jeremy Doku is there, firing on all cylinders. Jeremy Doku is a wonderful, wonderful striker. Grealish is there. Gundogan is also doing well. He's also in the game. So we also have Walker fully in position. Robert Diaz is there. Guardiola is there. And Luis is playing from the left wing, left back today. So City has a full squad of players. The only player not here, obviously, is Savinho, who should be playing from the right flank. And of course, their key man, the pivot of the team, who is out for injury. And that's in person of Rodrigo, who is out for almost the whole season. So by and large, or by and by, City is not looking bad in terms of squad. And the depth on their bench is also solid. So I think Juve will have to do a lot more than just play to get anything from City.
All right, we have a message here from Miti Nobudu. Say, good evening, Premier Sport crew. Barcelona and Dortmund is always a tough game, but Barcelona will carry the day. Very slim scoreline. You guys are doing a good job. We say, where is your laptop? Yeah, Miti Nobudu. Yeah, the laptop is here with us, but this is a different setting. So we want to give you flavor of setting. So, but we don't need laptop in this. Maybe in our subsequent edition when we want to give you another flavor of the studio form of it, you will see the laptop, yeah. But you get all the information from Premier Sport Fan Center. Just keep watching our Premier Sport Fan Center. So we've seen 28 minutes of this game, and it's still goalless. It's a moment here for Barcelona, who are attacking from the left wing here, try to run down the defense of Dortmund. But beautiful defensive work there by the Dortmund defender, who intercepted that play and sent it back. And Dortmund will have turned on defense right now to attack. And send that one to the left wing. He has a Barcelona player to beat. They have Kounde to beat, trying to run down in from the left wing. Oh, but again, he also has been dispossessed of that ball. It is Barcelona right now who are in control of the ball. They send that one to the right wing there, trying to combine from the right flank of the wing. And it's Lamal. Beat his man. He has an option there. He sent it across. Oh no. But again, that one has been blocked by the Dortmund defense there in this encounter. So it has been an end-to-end encounter for these two sides. Both sides attacking, just like Tinubu said. Yeah. He said it's always a tough match. Yes. Anytime Barcelona versus Dortmund are playing. Like I said before, this Dortmund, we are in the final of last season's. Did you see them get into the final this time around?
Well, it's too early to predict. They need to go through the first phase. Even last season, you will agree with me that they had an easier run compared to the other leg. They had an easier run. They were on the easier side, and they took advantage of that to go through to the finals. It was very obvious in the final. They were beaten hands down by Real Madrid in the final, and that actually shows you the quality they took to the final. So I don't know. I think it's too early to predict right now who can get to the final, but they don't have that quality to except some other supernatural luck favors them or something.
All right, show light, And
Feyenoord just scored number 3.
Yo, wow. What a day for Feyenoord. Feyenoord, outclassing.
And Stuttgart has equalized.
yeah, Stuttgart have actually equalized.
Yeah, Stuttgart has equalized.
So Feyenoord has made it 3 in that encounter, outclassing Sparta Prague in that encounter. And Stuttgart right now is 1-1 the encounter at 32nd minute of that encounter. Those are the only quarters that we have seen goals scored so far. 2 of those games. The rest are still goalless. And Barcelona. And it's a moment here for Arsenal. A shot! And that's... Oh, what a moment. But that went into the net, but that was into the hands of the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper actually held that one. So Arsenal will have gotten their first goal there. But hey, this is football, and we are not seeing much goal in this Champions League today, apart from final game.
Well, for the first set of matches played, we recorded 9 goals in 2 games. That's good enough. And we have 7 games here, and we're not even at halftime yet. So I think we need to keep our fingers crossed. The goals haven't been coming, but if you observe the first game too, Atletico Madrid versus Slovan ended the first half with a 2-goal margin, and by the second half, 2 more goals were scored. So that can still happen. Lille and Storm was 1-0 by first half, and then they scored 4 more goals in the second half. So many goals can still happen here in this second round. All
right, there's the Barcelona right now from the golden area. They're trying to form that attacking tactics there against Dortmund. But you can see right now Dortmund are all men behind the ball, trying to stop Barcelona from getting into the penalty area. And holding on to the ball, holding on to their line right now against Barcelona. And look at that pass there, dispossess of the ball. And it's a moment for Dortmund again. Barcelona recovered that ball from Dortmund. Danny Olmo with the ball. Hold on to the ball, send it to the middle of the park, and return it backward. And it is a moment here for Arsenal. And having a beautiful moment, can they get their first goal? Yeah. And it's goal number 1 for Arsenal. Whoa, Arsenal just hit the back of the net at this point in time. Yeah. Beautiful moment there by Arsenal. And it is Bukayo Saka who got that goal at the 34th minute, and assist from Gabriel Jesus. And it's a moment here for Barcelona. A short block there, and it's going to be a corner kick to Barcelona. That was a beautiful goal scored by Arsenal, and 1 goal up against Monaco in the 34th minute of this encounter. Gabriel Jesus, who has not been on the starting lineup for Arsenal all this while, today, I think creating an assist for Bukayo Saka.
And that's the wonderful thing for this kind of matches. You know, Arsenal kept knocking on the doors, and Monaco was not an easy side, so they weren't sleeping. They were also pressing and attacking Arsenal. But we know Bukayo Saka has a way of sneaking and getting his goals, and that's what happened right here. And it's a chance for Barca, and headed away by the defense of Dortmund.
Wow. All right. Cholite, how do you feel when they call them Arsenal Corner FC of England? You know, because right now most of your goals score, your saving grace is corner kick. Anytime you get your goal from corner, anytime you get an opportunity of having a corner kick, you almost get a goal. Yeah. Yeah. All right, we have a message here from Oluwa Tomi Ladeshe. He say that is a good one, and you can see a round of applause from Oluwa Tomi Ladeshe. You know, applauding Premier Sport fans, and thank you very much for that appreciation. And so right now, the way it stands right now, do you see Monaco coming back? We've seen Monaco, you know, even in the France League One, when Monaco play, is a team that. They score and you score. They, you know, most time if you look at them, it is both teams score whenever they play game by Monaco. So are you expecting them to get a goal against Arsenal today? Gabriel Jesus, yeah, no, to Sakada score. Gabriel Jesus gave the assist. Yeah.
Yeah, well, while Arsenal should get the better of this game, Monaco may equalize. The chances of them scoring is pretty high. Monaco has been proven to be very resilient in the French League On. Monaco is sitting on the second position, putting a lot of pressure, about 6 points in between them and Paris Saint-Germain. And Monaco defeated Barcelona in this game's Champions League.
Wow.
Yeah, they got 3 points off Barca in this Champions League. So they are not a team to write off. And looking at this game they are playing, the possession and the attack have been balanced between Monaco and Arsenal. If anything will change, it will be the goal that changed it. And of course, what that means is they are still pressing. The last move they just made here was a goal attempt with a good square play from the Monaco winger. So Arsenal players, don't sit on your horse yet. We expect them to keep on the defense, keep on the bite, and anything can happen. But well, I personally would love Arsenal to win the match.
All right, you can hear Doki want Arsenal to win the match, and in the other encounter, we've seen Barcelona dominating possession by 71 to 29 against Dortmund. If you look at the goal attempt here, it has been high for Barcelona, 7 against 2. And Barcelona has actually been the better side, but they've not been able to bury the ball at the back of the net. That is the only thing left here, and football is all about goals, and goal. Yeah. So it is Borussia Dortmund right now building up from their own half right now into the half of Barcelona. Good two touches there between the players. They link up to each other, and they were able to beat them from that midfield there. Still, Dortmund where the ball. They send that one from the right to the left, and can they cross that one in? Yeah, short passes there from Dortmund building to the penalty area of Barcelona from the left wing. He has a man to beat. He went through and into the 18 box, and they crossed that. The surprise is in, and that is how did Pena save that goal? How did Inaki Pena save that goal? That was the best save of the match there. But hey, the last man had just caught him offside there, and he has actually shown the flag. That is an offside against Dortmund. That beautiful beat-up play there for
Yeah, that's what you get from Champions League. Let's not forget that Dortmund will always be a strong side. As you observed earlier, they played in the final. They got to the final match of last season's Champions League, which was played in May this year. So it's still the same squad being paraded. Just 1 or 2 additions, and 1 or 2 left them. So I expect the spirit to be strong. The likes of the veterans of Emre Can, they are in the defense line, and the coach has not been moved. They still have the same coach. They still have the same pressure, and the German spirit is still in them. AC Milan has just got 1 goal against Chesna Zeda now, and the onside is looking good as well.
All right, and that goal was scored by Rafael Leao. One player who has been missing in action, this time around. But recently he has been giving good account of himself in the Champions League. And we see Chukwueze, substituted. Early substitution there. I don't know why. Tammy Abraham also for Murata. So early substitution there by the coach of AC Milan.
That could actually be due to an injury. Because we don't expect that to happen in 35 minutes of the game. Chukwueze scored 1 or 2 goals for them over the weekend in their last match, and he's been in top form for AC Milan. In fact, he's been very impressive for the team. So I wouldn't expect Chukwueze to be taken out before halftime, except he's injured or some form of disease happened to him.
Yeah. It love to check that went out. Chukwueze came in.
Okay, Chukwueze for love to check.
Came in. Yeah, there must be an Murata injury. Also went out. And those are the players that actually substituted. So let's see what it brings to the party in this encounter. So another beautiful moment there for Borussia Dortmund, and right now they are calling for penalty, against Barcelona, but the referee is not showing any interest here because he's not seen any form of a penalty. And Sebastian Allah has just been given a yellow card for that unsportsmanlike conduct in that encounter. After the referee refused to give penalty, he just played the ball to no man's direction. Yeah, and the referee had to give him a yellow card for that.
I think he was doing that in revolt. So the referee not giving them a second thought for the penalty call. Dortmund is at home. The fans are shouting. The referee, the coaches, and the captain want them to review the move in the 18-yard of Barcelona. See a possible penalty, maybe a possible foul, which the referees were not interested in because they believed the touch was too light to be reckoned with, and the player just went down too easily. Sparta Praha has got 1 goal against Feyenoord in the city of Feyenoord right now. Feyenoord has considered a goal. They're still leading by 3-1 in Netherlands as we speak. Milan is leading by 1-0 against Stresna Veda in San Siro, where they play. And Stuttgart, while they're in the city of Stuttgart, they're 1-1 against Young Boys of Switzerland. And up on the table, we have Arsenal playing at the Emirates in London, leading by 1-0 against Monaco, the French side. So as it stands, Benfica is still 0-0 against Bologna. Bologna is an Italian side. Benfica is from Portugal. And we have Dortmund 0 from Germany against Barcelona of Spain. And we also have Juventus of Italy 0 against Manchester City from the city of Manchester, 0-0 as we speak.
All right, those are the score lines in the other quarters of this ongoing Champions League, round 6 of the Champions League. So after these 2 matches left to be played to complete this round. So anybody who is not in the top 8, any team who is not in the top 8, will not be automatically qualified. So there will be another round of play. Yeah, that's going to be both home and away.
It's a playoff.
A playoff.
You'll have a two-leg playoff.
Yeah. So it's going to be they're going to pick 8 people, 8 teams to join.
Clubs, yes.
The 8, those who have finished top 8, and also it's going to be a round of 16 continuation from the former style of the champions.
So the top 8
format
automatically qualifies for the second round, while the next 16 will have to do playoff to get 8 that will join the top 8 to make 16 for the round of 16.
All right, already some quarters already rounding up for break time here, and that is a match between Juventus versus Manchester City. It's already half time in that encounter. Other teams are playing add on time right now. We've seen 2 minutes of added on time and up some 3 minutes of added on time already played in the ongoing Champions League, and it's a Dortmund. Oh, that's a beautiful chance there, but that was a weak one there from the Dortmund player, but no, it was cut off there. And the match between Arsenal versus Monaco has actually also seen half time in that encounter. Benfica, Bologna half time. Also, Dortmund, Barcelona is already half time too in that encounter. So, waiting for other matches. For the half time whistle to be blown in other encounter. So, we have seen the first half of the match between Barcelona and Dortmund. So, and it's goalless. What do you have to say about the match?
Now you could see the intensity of the game. This is like a classical final or semi-final in Champions League. You could see the intensity from goal to goal, and you could see the pressure brought in by the Barcelona players with a possession of 71% and 1 big chance and 7 shots at goal against the 3 shots from Borussia Dortmund, and then Dortmund with 2 big chances. The header that Pena was able to clip, which was also an offside, and then there was another big chance that was stopped. You could also tell from the number of corner kicks played in this game. Barca played 2, Dortmund played 1. Fouls were 4 against Barca, 5 against Dortmund, and you could tell that the tackles were 8-8. Free kicks were 5 for Barca, 4 for Dortmund, and there is no yellow card recorded in the first half for Barca, but 1 was recorded against Borussia Dortmund. So it was a keen contest if you look at it properly, and you have to give a lot to the defense of Borussia Dortmund, a lot, because there were several shots blocked, there were several passes they intercepted in the penalty area. The goalkeeper saved a beautiful shot from Jules Koundé at a very close range at a point in time. And so many of Lamine Yamal's shots will not even get to the goalkeeper because the defenders were always there. The Germans were always putting enough bodies in their 18-yard to fend off the attacks of the trident of Lamine Yamal, Lewandowski, and Rafinha from taking shots at their goalkeeper. So yes, it was a game that gave a good account of itself. The half was very interesting, only that the goals were not forthcoming yet. But we expect to see that in the second half.
All right, we expect to see that in the second half, and in the other encounter, that is the match between Arsenal versus Monaco. At break time, it is Arsenal 1 and Monaco 0. And as it stands right now on the table, it's looking good for the Arsenal club and also good for the fans right now because with this victory of 1-0 lead right now, Arsenal is sitting fifth on the table, so that means they are in the top 8 so far in this encounter. And if they're able to get up to 2 goals, they will be going to 4th position ahead of Bayern Leverkusen, who is sitting 4th. Yeah, you know, there's right now the difference is that Bayern Leverkusen has actually scored 12 goals, while Arsenal have scored 9 goals. But Bayern Leverkusen has considered 5 goals in the Champions League, and Arsenal considered just 2 goals in the Champions League. So if Arsenal can be able to get like 2 goals more, yeah, they will be going ahead of Bayern Leverkusen in this encounter. So, Showlight, yeah, do you think Arsenal can do it tonight? All right, you guys hear that from Showlight himself. Let's go back to the match between Dortmund versus Barcelona. Let's look at the substitute. Yeah, so far so good. No substitution has been made in this encounter. Yeah, but let's look at the bench of Barcelona, where we have let's first of all look at the bench of Dortmund, where we have Karim Adeyemi. We saw him in the last encounter. He got a goal in the last match. Yeah, we also have Azila, and we have Bankara, Kapbel, Koto, Cruz, Kaber, Lokka, Malen, Meyer, and Wetgen. Those are the bench for Dortmund. Then for Barcelona, where we have Araujo. Araujo is back on the bench for Barcelona. And we have Astralaga. Yeah, one of the goalkeepers. De Jong is on the bench. 4th on the bench, Garcia on the bench. Gavi on the bench. Ferran Lopez on the bench, Martinez on the bench. Then Exixili, also another goalkeeper on the bench, and Torres on the bench. Yeah, and Victor Power on the bench for Barcelona. Those are the bench players on the bench for Barcelona.
If you look at the depth of the bench of Dortmund, you'll agree with me that the depth is not very strong. They are not established players. A good number of them are trying to make names in football. But take a good look at the depth in Barca bench. You will agree with me that you have another team there. You have another 11 that can start and do well in Champions League. Look at the goalkeeper on the bench for Barca. Wojciech Szczesny. Szczesny, a renowned world-class goalkeeper, is on the bench for Barcelona. Ronaldo Araujo, who is on the bench because he has been away for several games and is just coming back from injury. He has been able to train fully for about the last 1 or 2 weeks. And I mean, the last 2 trainings, and he's fit for this game. Eric Garcia also is fully back and is on the bench for Barca. Hector Fort, Gerard Martin, Fermin Lopez, Gavi, these are young people, Pablo Torre. These are young guys with a lot of potentials. And some of them have proven the potentials to the extent that they've won Copa. I remember Gavi winning the young people's award, young Ballon d'Or at a time, just like Pedri, just like Lamine Yamal did, and Bellingham did. So you have those people on the bench of Barca. You have Frankie de Jong on the bench of Barca. Those are big names on Barca bench. So the bench is actually very deep, and if they want to take advantage of it, they have a long way to go.
All right, I have a long way to go, and we saw the first half. We saw the first half, and we saw the number of chances Barcelona created. We saw, to me, I saw a more balanced Barcelona than the last match they played, which they drew again, 2-2 again.
Against which side?
In the La Liga.
Okay, that's
that is it.
Against
that was a Betis.
Betis, yeah.
We bet it.
Real Betis, yeah. That was 2-2. That was the last match they drew against
Yeah.
Real Betis, yeah.
Yeah, well, that happens, and you will agree with me that Betis is not a push away as well. It's not a pushover. That is a side that you can't just override. They have over time proven that they are also a top team in the La Liga. They may lose at a point in time, but they have a way of coming back to fight when they face the big boys.
Yeah, they have a way of coming back when they face the big boys. You know, and talking about Arsenal, Showlight, are you happy with the first half of Arsenal? What you saw in the first half?
Yes, I'm impressed with what Arsenal have been playing in the first half actually, because I believe that ever since we've started this game in the first half, Arsenal have been able to dominate their defensive side, and also you could see what Saka is also playing as well, because these are guys that are determined even this time around, not unlike the former Arsenal that you'll be seeing how we have been defeated. But right now we could see that Arsenal have been playing with their own strength and also focusing on winning as well. So I am so much impressed. Little, at least we are able to, to show something out here that we are going to take home something in the Emirates Stadium.
All right. All right. So let's quickly look at let's take some of the messages here first before we look at the bench of Arsenal. Yeah, we have Yinka Leke Adebuye say challenging matches going on. Yeah, Benedict Boniface say Arsenal to the world. Wow. Arsenal to the world. Yeah, that is his own take. So we'll quickly look at the bench of Arsenal in this encounter. But before we go to the bench of Arsenal, are you happy with the featuring of Gabriel Jesus?
Yes, I'm always been so much impressed with Gabriel Jesus being, on the pitch playing, because I believe that his presence means a lot, and also means a lot to the whole of Arsenal team as well, even to those that are also watching them, the Arsenal fans. Because whenever Gabriel Jesus is on the pitch, I believe that he's always been a very strong striker also, even for the Saka. Are you getting it? Because I believe that these two players, whenever both players, they are on the up front over there, I believed from my own side is always a very strong team. And now that he's even playing in this Monaco side, this is something that I really found so much impressive about.
All right, so talking about him, the Arsenal 9, Gabriel Jesus, that's the 9. But most time they often feature Havertz, who is a first 9, and he played even he had more certain time than Gabriel Jesus, and today is not in the feature, it's on the bench. So Kai Havertz, yeah, he's on the bench for Arsenal today. It's not. So do you prefer Gabriel Jesus than Kai Havertz?
Yes, you could see that from the previous matches in the EPL watch we have been playing that Kai Havertz has not really been so active, and you could see that his presence even on the pitch has been so obvious that Kai Havertz has not been the same Kai Havertz that I knew that whenever he's just on the pitch you could see that his presence also really means a lot. But in the past 4-5 matches now, Kai Havertz has not been present, even playing, and then you could see that he's not really being too active, unlike when Gabriel Jesus is being substituted in, and you could see the form of what he's really playing in. So I'm not really too too impressed of when Kai Havertz starting line, being playing in the first lineup. I prefer as he has been on the bench, then being substituted in, then it's much better for me than him starting the lineup with Arsenal.
All right, talking about these two sides, I don't know why you prefer Gabriel Jesus than Kai Havertz, because talking about these two sides, if you look at the numbers of goals Kai Havertz has scored this season. He has scored 5 goals for Arsenal with 2 assists. 5 goals for Arsenal with 2 assists. And if you talk about them, Gabriel Jesus, he just had 3 goals this season and no assists in the EPL. And though he has not had much starting time, but talking about the numbers, is it about the numbers or is it about the play on the pitch?
Now, if I may come in here at this point, Kai Havertz being the first choice for Arteta is actually a function of the kind of gameplay Arteta wants to play. Arteta is not putting him there to go and score. It's a false 9. That's why you have false 9. Yeah. A false 9 is supposed to hold play for some other people to score. Okay, so the false 9 pretends that he wants to score and then takes away the central defenders, creating room for a Saka to come in. Then Bukayo Saka can top in the goals. Is pretty precise in front of goals. Martin Odegaard can come in and score the goals. And then Martinelli can also come in, either creating assists or scoring the goals. So Kai Havertz might not be a fantastic regular top 9, which you will expect to see, not like the likes of Lewandowski and the rest of them. But he has his own role, which is force position, create an apparent position where others are distracted and they can go in and poach in the goals, and which is what we see coming from that side. And you will agree with me also that Gabriel Jesus is definitely going to be more precise, more clinical in front of goals, but he might not get the game time he wants because he's quite old. Yes, he's in his 30s, and as he is, he cannot be starting like Kai Havertz is starting. And you need to recognize also that Arteta has a particular pattern he wants to play, which he brings. He brings the kind of players that can play for him. Of course, yeah, Gabriel Jesus can play, but if he plays 5-6 matches, he's going to be injured. So they need to bring him in as a super sub a couple of times. If he starts, they're going to take him out by 60 minutes, and you want to make sure that you rest such players who are more injury prone at this point in time.
All right, we look at the substitute of Arsenal. There are those players on the bench that can come in at any time. I've talked about Kai Havertz before. He's on the bench. And the England Heaven, also on the bench. Jorginho on the bench. Luis on the bench. Neto on the bench. The young lad, Ethan Wannery on the bench. Robinson on the bench. Seth Ford, another goalkeeper on the bench. And Raheem Sterling, Tierney Kai, and Timber on the bench. And Trossard on the bench for Arsenal. Yeah, the missing players. Calafori is missing there for injury. Gabriel Mangala missing due to injury. Tomiyasu also missing due to injury. Ben White and Zinchenko also missing due to injury. They will not be featuring in this match today. So let's quickly look at the start of the first half. That's the match between Arsenal versus Monaco. We saw Arsenal, dominated possession, 59% to 41, and goal attempt for Arsenal 8 goal attempts, while 2 to Monaco. Shot on goal was 4 for Arsenal and just 1 for Monaco. Shot off goal 4 for Arsenal again and 1 for Monaco. If you look at the big chances created, Arsenal actually created 4 big chances in this encounter. And then if you look at the whole of the first half, there was no corner kick, unlike the kind of Arsenal game we see.
Well, if there was a corner kick, maybe the goal numbers will have increased entirely. And Arsenal are proving them wrong now that they can score without corner kick. So that's what we see today. They scored without set pieces in the run of the game, which is good. But even if they are scoring from corner kicks, I don't know why Arsenal fans like to defend and explain without evidence. Scoring from corner kicks, is it an offense?
It's not an offense, and they're even calling them corner FC. If it is easy, go and do your own.
It's not like you're giving a penalty all the time, and you're getting like 2, 3, 4 penalties like some clubs were getting at a point in time. In a particular game, they get like average of 2 penalties and they kept on winning with those penalties. But these are corner kicks. These are set pieces like free kicks. And a good number of sides play free kicks and corner kicks, and they don't get anything from them. So if Arsenal has mastered their manner of playing corner kicks profitably, then it is to their credit. Because it's part of the game. It's absolutely part of the game. I don't see anything to defend
legally accepted.
There's nothing to defend in that.
After scoring the goal from corner kick, will the referee cancel it because it's a corner kick? No. It stands. So if it's easy.
What I'm even saying is that, look, they call you corner kick, corner FC. Just say thank you. It's part of the game.
It's part of the game.
Because the corner kicks, hold on please. The corner kicks are not awarded from your goal post. You must have taken the ball to the opponent, played in their final third, possibly an attempt at goal that was deflected into the corner.
Of course.
So you did a lot of work to get to that position. And then somebody can just come and say, oh, you're a corner kick FC. You only take advantage of corner kick. Hello, what are you talking about? Did the corner kicks happen in our goal area? Or was it at the half line? No. The corner kicks are things you work out. You work towards it. And then the team discovers that, look, we're getting so many set pieces in this direction. Can we find a way of taking advantage of them? And yes, they found. They hired a corner set piece coach who has been producing. And the specialist has been giving them results. And they can proudly say that they have scored about 12 from that position in a season of 15 games or 16 games, which is fantastic. So there's nothing to defend in there.
All right, in the other encounter is still 1-0 in favor of AC Milan. That goal was scored by Rafael Leao. That made it 12 goals and assists for the season for Rafael Leao in all competition. 6 goals and 6 assists for Rafael Leao. So we're expecting more of him. I think he's gradually getting better and better. Yeah.
Rafael Leao, we've known, has always been inconsistent. Leao will start well. In fact, 4 seasons ago at the World Cup, a few years ago at the World Cup when Ronaldo was benched, Rafael Leao came into the game and he scored 2 goals or 3 in a particular game at the World Cup. Of course, a lot of eyes were on him that this young man would develop, this young man would do. But he's so inconsistent. He goes forth and back. And that's a beautiful goal.
That's a goal from Monaco.
That's a goal from Monaco.
Did that go into the back of the net?
We'll see it again. Oh, no.
That was a close one. That didn't go in the back of the net.
False alarm, false alarm.
False alarm.
There was no goal from Monaco.
You know, from the position, it looked like a goal.
Yeah, it was looking so beautiful. The header, the connection was so fine.
All right, so the game will resume in all the quarters right now in the ongoing matches. 7 matches being played simultaneously, and we're still expecting goals in some quarters, just like the match between Benfica versus Bologna. It's still goalless in that encounter. Barcelona, Dortmund still goalless in that encounter. Juventus, Manchester City, the English champions, they are still goalless in that encounter. You know, a draw game here will not be a so good result for Manchester City.
A draw against Juve?
Yeah.
Both sides are not going to find draw very interesting at all. They are going to suffer if they get a draw on each side. And I tell you, City has been suffering, and that will add a lot to their pain. Juve is not so much in pain in the Italian league. They're possibly number 4 or 5. And it's not like they are fantastic.
And there's a moment here for Dortmund. 3 men on 1, and that should be the goal!
If it's not
but it was offside already. That one went into the back of the net, but before that goal went in, the referee and the linesman already signaled an offside there. The flag was up there against Borussia Dortmund. But look at that one.
You know the high line of Barca is pretty effective.
Yeah.
Most of the time it catches you. Most of the time. In fact, 95-97% of the time you'll get into that trap.
But you know how they keep the eye line from the middle of the line, the center line there. You know, it's just amazing.
Yes, just like Arsenal scores from set pieces, corner kicks, they have a specialist for it. So does Hansi Flick. Hansi Flick has a specialist for high line. So they train on maintaining that high line. So it's not just the defenders, the back four that are trained on the high line. Everybody that runs in the pivot position, the defensive midfielders, the central defenders, they all learn how to keep the high line. You can see 6 Barca players, they'll all be at the half line and they maintain that position. And they've been very effective at this. You know, what they need to do is score. If they have converted 2 or 3 of the chances they had, this game will not be where it is right now, because Dortmund has not been able to penetrate or use their high line against them.
All right, and so right now the Juventus, who just got one against the English champion Manchester City. So right now Juventus won, and it's Vlahovic, who made it 1 at this point in time. Dusan Vlahovic, got that one against Manchester City. He's age 24 years old, and you know what? He has been one exciting player for Juventus.
So Vlahovic has contributed a lot to Juve this season in the Bundesliga. I mean, in the Italian Liga Serie A, and he's of course he's their hatchet man. We expect him to perform the goals, and he has come to the party tonight. Let's see.
And this is a moment for Barcelona. He really comes
City
there.
will respond.
To Rafinha, who is with the ball. He has a man there, and a shot, and it's a goal for Barcelona. Rafinha just made it 1 right now against Borussia Dortmund. They defeated them from the middle of the park there.
Now they
ran down the midfielder.
I'm not going to celebrate until they check this from VAR.
Because like more of an offside.
It could be an offside position, but the VAR will have to check. From the linesman, the assistant referee's point of view, let's take another look from here. From the AR point of view, I look at it, it's not off. It's not going to be off. It's a clean goal.
I didn't believe he passed the ball to Lamar. Will have even been more of offside.
Well, that one looks like a goal, but let's see the referee.
Goal, Barca! That's a beautiful goal. Barca fans, I hail you, Catalans forever.
Wow,
Thank you,
wow,
Rafinha.
wow.
You have just opened the net of the Dortmund players.
So, let's see what the referee is saying there, and you can see the response there from the back dugout there. You know, and the referee is waiting for any information from the VAR, but it's looking like that goal will stand here for Barcelona. Rafinha, who has scored 6 goals in 6 matches, for Barcelona this season, and that goal stands.
I know that Barcelona is really going to defeat.
That's a beautiful one. You know, if you ask me, I expect a wide goal margin for this game, because Dortmund is an attacking side. They don't stay home to defend. They're going to come out at you, and Barca they have the players that can explore counter moves. Okay, so you have Lewandowski, you have a very fast Rafinha, and now Lamine Yamal, who is also very enterprising in that department. They can always punish you if you come out to try to score them en masse. So even with a goal in favor of Barca, Dortmund is going to be careful in coming out to attack. They're still going to be pretty careful. But I see them coming out. You can look at the way they are balancing their game. They're not going out. They're playing a compact kind of game. They're running a 4-man defense, a 4-man line. They're keeping it very stable. And then there are 3 players in the middle, always 3 players in the center. And then they want to make only 2 in front and let those ones struggle to see what they can do in front.
All right, right now it's still Barcelona with the ball. Can they send that one to Olmo? Olmo release the one to his man Kubasi. Kubasi send that one back to Lamil, the young lad. A bit one, but the referee says stop there. You know, there was an infringement in the penalty area there, but this time around not against Dortmund but against Barcelona. And in their own final to Dortmund, we fancy the chance of a look at that battle. It was like a wrestling.
It was a wrestling.
It was a wrestling battle.
When the striker wants to break free and the defender doesn't want to allow you, Lewandowski gets nervous. Now, I need to tell you something about what happens in the dressing room of Barca. And in the last 2 weeks, Lewandowski has been the element of attack in the dressing room of Barca. 2-3 matches away in La Liga, he actually fumbled in scoring. He bungled some chances, and after the game, Hansi Flick blamed Lewandowski for making them lose that game against Las Palmas, and then they benched him against the next in the next La Liga match. And when they benched him, Barca was able to win. And then play Lewandowski against Real Betis again, and Barca drew again. And Lewandowski scored a goal, but the team was like, look, Lewandowski, you're not doing enough. You're not doing enough. You're supposed to be poaching all the goals. Yes, you have 16 goals in La Liga, but in that kind of game, you had chances created for you. You know, so the team still went a lot against him. So he's under pressure to score. So you can see him pressing the defenders and injuring some of them and getting, infringing them just because he's anxious to get goals.
But again, looking at Lewandowski right now, he stands top of the top scorer chart in the Champions League with 7 goals and no assists. And again, what will amaze you is for you to know that both the top scorer and the number 1 top scorer in the Champions League and the second are both from Barcelona. Lewandowski is in top with 7 goals, no assists. Rafinha is second with 6 goals and 3 assists. There is a 9 goals involvement in the Champions League. So this team is a high-scoring side.
Whoa.
So Inaki came out there, headed that one out, sent down into the middle of the park. And Danny Olmo there with the ball. Look at that link up, trying to change from the left to the right. But that game was intercepted. And Dortmund take over. Turn defense right now to attack now. Into the back half right now. Trying to drive into the box there. He sent it back to his man, and it is still Dortmund with the ball. Sebastian Elan, with the ball. Send a cross into the box, and that should be a penalty there. It went down, and it's a penalty.
Penalty against Barcelona.
Penalty against Barcelona. And a yellow card to Kounde. Yeah, and it's Gurase. Who won that penalty for Borussia Dortmund in that encounter.
And the yellow card should be for Paul Kubasi. It was a trip, and I'm guessing if the referee should look at it,
The wrong person.
and the VAR, they might recall that it was a trip. They might recall the yellow card. It might just be a penalty. Yes, he tripped on the player, but it wasn't intentional.
All right, now the referee signaling there. There was a push there, and the referee still listening to the VAR. And who is there to take it for Borussia Dortmund? But is that the final?
Because it actually looked like the player was in an offside position. So if VAR can establish that the Dortmund player was in an offside position, the yellow card will be cancelled and the free kick will be ignored. But if it wasn't in an offside position, then it will stand. So that's the only thing the VAR needs to tell us. Otherwise, the referee has taken his decision, and the penalty will stand if the player was not standing in an offside position before the cross was made.
All right, who is there to take it for?
Martinelli again. Oh!
Who is there to take it for Borussia Dortmund? Yeah. Is that Sekou Guirassy of Guinea? Yeah, Sekou Guirassy of Guinea is there to take it for Borussia Dortmund. 1, 2, 3, and it's a goal! Dortmund equalize against Borussia Dortmund, against Barcelona right now. And it is Guirassy who has made his tally 5 goals in the Champions League right now. He was having 4 goals and 2 assists before. But right now he's having 5 goals in the Champions League and 1 top African player, for Guinea. We saw him score hat-trick for his team in the last time out during the African qualifier. So right now he has actually made his goal tally to 5 goals and 2 assists in the Champions League. Look at it. What do you have to say about that, Doki?
The penalty kick?
Yeah, from the build up to what actually caused the penalty to the scoring.
The build up was a run of play. The player had a chance to cross, and while doing the cross, I saw Paul Kubasi tripping the player rather than pushing him off. I think it was more of a trip than a push, but the referee said he saw a push and he wasn't going to listen to any other reason and to award a penalty to Borussia Dortmund. So that's the way it is. It is what it is, so we'll move on. Barca needs to score more goals. Like I said, it's not just about scoring one goal and going to bed. This is Champions League. Even at La Liga, when they score 2 against Real Sociedad, Sociedad will come back to score 2 in 3 minutes and equalize at the Anoeta. And that happens a lot. We saw Manchester City scoring 3 goals against Sporting. And then you see Sporting coming back, Feyenoord. And you see Feyenoord coming back in the second half to score 3 goals back. So that you're leading by 1 or 2 goals does not mean you have secured the win until they blow or the blast of the whistle. And you have to just keep scoring more goals until the referee says it's the end of the game.
And it's another moment for BORUSSIA. Shot there. But that one has been deflected there. And it's gone high above the crossbar there before corner kick. That should be a corner kick there. And let's see.
You know, we spoke about BORUSSIA. Spoke about BORUSSIA at the last edition of Talk Sport. We said, we mentioned reasons why he's been considered as one of the best players in Africa, or best African players. And you can see what he's been doing in Dortmund. He's a Guinean player who has been wonderful for club side, and he has also done a lot for his country as well in the past year. So yeah, Paul BORUSSIA, Seydou BORUSSIA, is a remarkable player, and he has just shown us that he's not just a Bundesliga player. He can also perform and come to the table in Champions League. So yeah, good for him, good for Africa, but bad enough for Barca that they couldn't defend their one league.
All right, the figures of the goals are changing right now. The goals figures are changing, where we have Stuttgart 3 right now, and Young Boys 1. Juventus leading Manchester City 1-0 in that encounter. Final against Sparta Prague. It is 4-1 in the 64th minute in that encounter. Dortmund Barcelona 1-1 right now. Yeah, and Benfica Bologna, the only game we've not seen a goal there. Arsenal is 1, Monaco 0, and AC Milan 1. Zevna Vedna 0. So those are the score lines in the ongoing Champions League of match day 6.
I'm really enjoying what Feyenoord is doing in their own encounter. They scored 3 goals ahead and then replied Sparta Prague by 1, and then Feyenoord will add another goal, taking the tally to 4-1. As it stands, Feyenoord is actually punishing Sparta Prague in Netherlands, and it looks like Feyenoord has got the game in their coffers. They have all the points from that game. They're moving up the table on the Champions League, and they are actually proving that they are Champions League material, willing to qualify for the round of 16 without any playoff. Let's just hope they can keep the momentum and keep on playing at this high level.
All right, so it's Monaco right now attacking Arsenal. And a shot there into the hands of David Rayal, the goalkeeper of Arsenal. Yeah, one magnificent goalkeeper who has actually given good account of himself, in Arsenal. Yeah, that's why I remain the first choice goalkeeper in Arsenal. But yeah, let's quickly go back to the match between Borussia Dortmund versus Barcelona. It is 1-1 in that encounter. And right now it is Borussia Dortmund in the center circle now, stringing passes across. Right now they send this one to the right, yeah, link up to the man there and send that one again. They're in the possession of the ball, and it's a moment for Barcelona through Dani Olmo in the center circle to send that one to Lamine Yamal, the young magician, with the ball. He released that one to his teammate there, and they calm down the nerve of that game right now. And there's a goal situation here. Stuttgart has made it 4 right now against Young Boys, who has 1 in that encounter. So much goal, 5-star thriller goal in that encounter. And we talked in the first half that we have not seen much goal, but it's like there's an harvest of goal in
The
the second
goals
half.
are coming in, and the only game we expect to see goals now is Bologna and Benfica. And I still expect Benfica to score. Benfica is a high-scoring side. They actually play attacking football. They play fast-paced attacking football. Possibly the Italians are doing a lot of defending, keeping them away from their goal mouth. And I also expect City to get one back. Minimum one back in that encounter. Milan is still leading 1-0. I expect to see more goals in that game as well. And Barca versus Dortmund, we also expect to record more goals in this encounter as we go. So yeah, game time is presently 67 minutes. What happens in the next 30 minutes, we would like to see.
All right, and the match between Barcelona and Dortmund is hitting hot player, looking like a Champions League final. And this encounter, and you can see the response of the Borussia Dortmund fans here with the white, with the yellow and black. You know, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow everywhere in the stadium there. And I know the fans will respond to every beautiful play there, and they will cheer their team. And that is why they've gotten one back against Barcelona right now. But it's not over because the game is at the 66th minute right now, going to the 67th minute, where we have up to 23 minutes to play on regulation time in that encounter. But definitely, it looks like going to be a winner in this encounter today.
Yeah, I still expect Barca FC Barcelona to score more goals and get 3 points. That's the kind of consolation Barca can take away from this week. The last draw they had against Real Betis was not a good one. In fact, the president of Barca, Joan Laporta, wasn't happy at all when the draw happened with Real Madrid, their immediate opponent, winning their game on the road. And that was a serious disappointment for Barca's week, having just won one match in the midweek and then drawing one again immediately after. Not good for their campaign at the La Liga level. And even in Champions League, Barca is presently in the second position with 13 points and 13 plus goal difference. If they won this match, Barca will get 15 points, 3 points just behind Liverpool on the league table in Champions League, which will definitely secure their position for the next round of 16. It will just secure them. They won't need to play any playoff. And that is what Barca will be running after right now. Let's hope they can get what they want. And, of course, Dortmund is also looking at getting the better of Barca as well, hoping they can get what they want to. What happens here?
It's a moment for Barcelona.
What will they do? Oh my God!
Into the hands
Oh
of
my
the
God!
man.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Oh, that was a big chance for Barca. Just foiled. The goalkeeper was fantastic. That was a beautiful shot from Dani Olmo, but the keeper was just too fantastic to stopping that ball. A slight deflection from the defender, and Lewandowski couldn't do anything better because the defender was also there. He put his whole body in the way for Lewandowski, preventing him from taking a clear shot at goal.
All right, Zevna have just equalized against AC Milan. No! That was a beautiful cross there from Barcelona, but into the hands of the goalkeeper. So, yeah, as I was saying before, Zevda just equalized against AC Milan right now. At the 66th minute right now, it is 1-1 in that encounter. Do you saw them getting a goal, yeah, you know. Prior to this match, do you think they would have gotten that goal?
Of course, this is Champions League. We saw Ruben Kazan coming to Bayern Munich and getting, at a point in time, 2-2 before Bayern Munich scored 8 goals and distinguished themselves. So yes, anybody can score in Champions League. Anybody can come back and create upsets. But what we want to see is who stands at the end of the game, who is the person holding the points at the end of the game. So Barca has just relieved Rafinha of the captaincy. He substituted Rafinha and Lewandowski as well as Dani Olmo, and bringing in Ron de Jong, bringing in Ferran Torres and Fermin Lopez. Let's see what this new influx of blood are going to do to the game. Barca will expect Fermin Torres to play from Fermin Lopez to play right behind Ferran Torres, who will take the position of Lewandowski at the hatchet position. And then Barca will expect De Jong to move into the pivot position and Pedri move up front and generate more creativity for the attackers. Let's see how this affects the outcome of the game.
But looking at the substitution done by Hansi Flick right now, do you think that is necessary? Or do you think is the best, with this kind of a match against?
Bring into the game and the value he can add to the squad. Fermin Lopez is a very aggressive player. He has a lot of energy, has a lot of impact, and he can actually score goals. Frankie de Jong is expected to stabilize the midfield as it is. If Barca can win this game, worst case they should get is get a draw and let it close with a draw. So introduction of Frankie de Jong is to strengthen the midfield and make sure that the likes of the back line, the CDs, as well as the wing backs do not get too much pressure from the attack of Borussia Dortmund, BVB. So yes, let's expect the changes to make an impact.
All right, let's expect the changes to make an impact here. And the intensity of the match is getting higher and higher. And you can see the frustration in the players also. And you can see the contention in the players, And oh my gracious, Juventus just made it 2 against Manchester City. At this point in time, the 75th minute of this encounter, it is Juventus 2 and Manchester City 0. That goal was scored in the 75th minute by McKennie. He made it 2 at Weston McKennie. He's just 26 years old. He's got that goal against Manchester City. What is wrong with Manchester City?
Manchester City, we know the players are aging, their confidence is waning, and you can actually tell that Guardiola is not having fun at the moment. He's experiencing what is called geriatric. Dortmund with a big chance here. What would they do?
In the penalty area, and they crossed the ball, and just a touch will have been a goal, but Inaki came out. Caught that one. Beautiful up there by Borussia Dortmund. Just what was left was just to bury the game at the back of the net. So if you were saying something before.
Yes, what I was saying is that Manchester City is not looking good because right now the team is suffering. The team is suffering from players aging, as well as a team having. I'm going to say the effect of Rodri is more obvious than we actually envisaged it would be. Because apart from Rodri playing his part, I think it's more of a motivation for the team. When they know Rodri is there, they feel more comfortable, especially the attackers and the frontline midfielders. They feel more comfortable. And, of course, we're seeing a lot of that. Because just before Rodri went away, these guys were doing so well. They were doing so well. And then suddenly, they started failing, and they were failing terribly. And they were losing to almost everybody. They became.
So it's a moment here for Barcelona. Kaunde with the ball there. Sent over to Lamine Yamal from the right wing. What did he do now? He sent again, and a beautiful link up there. He crossed into the box. And the finisher! Yeah. Can he finish that one? Yeah! What a substitution!
Yes.
Pedri!
I told you so. Okay, so this is the part where I get to say I told you so. And of course it looks good. It looks better now with the likes of Lopez and Ferran Torres stepping in, and all of them taking responsibilities. Look at the play, the gameplay. The ball goes to Kounde. It comes down to Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal will give it back to Kounde. Kounde will send it right into the middle of the park. And that was from Fermin Lopez. Beautiful shot. And Ferran Torres will just go there and nip it. The goalkeeper was there once more. Wonderful goalkeeping. This guy should get man of the match, even if they lose. He's played a wonderful game in this encounter.
Look at that build up. It was a rebound. The goalkeeper actually went for the ball. I actually saved the first one. But the rebounds, was what let him down. It was still on. It was still on the ground when the Pedri, got that one out of the back of the net. So right now it is Barcelona 2, Borussia Dortmund 1. So it's still an open game, and this is the 75th minute of our second half. We still have 50 minutes to 90 minutes here to be played. And so I think that's a pretty long period of time in football.
Yeah, anything can still happen in football, and that was a miss.
Ooh.
That was a miss by Gusare or
Burassi.
Raze, the Guinean goal poacher. Was a good chance for him. He was unmarked. He had a chance to put that into the net, but he just put it way above the goal line. And for a goal kick to FC Barcelona playing in Dortmund.
All right, and Stuttgart right now made it 5-1 against the young boys. These young boys have to grow. For since 20 years, they've been bearing young boys.
Oh,
And they're not
yes.
growing.
Just like we have some Newell old boys who are still old boys in Argentina. You know, that was the club Messi started from. They're still called Newell old boys up till tomorrow. And it was possibly because old boys started that game, started the club, and eventually retained the name. Same with young boys. Well, it wouldn't be anything different if they continue to bear their name.
All right, this is the Barcelona still building up right now. Send that one to the right wing, and that was a loose game there. And it's a moment again, beautiful one there, and it's Arsenal building up again to their opponent, and goal number 2 for Arsenal. Arsenal just made it 2, and it's a Bukayo Saka again. A brace for Bukayo Saka. What a young lad for Arsenal is.
Yeah, that guy, we know that Bukayo Saka is a guy full of qualities. He has a lot in his cap, and he can always bring out any of those things. He has magic. And, you know, he looks so underrated, and he looks so unassuming.
And that cannot be an equalizer, and it is 2-2.
That should be an offside.
Against Barcelona.
Now,
And it is
we'll have to-
Burassi who had a brace against Barcelona in this encounter. Oh, my grace. Oh, what a grace. So, 2-2 right now.
Okay.
2-2.
Yeah, so
Against
but we'll have to check for offside. Still need to look at the offside position. Oh,
No,
the guy is
that's
onside.
a
It was
goal.
absolutely onside.
Onside.
Yes, that's a goal. That goal is going to stand against Barca. 2-2.
That one just rolled into the back of the net, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, it was not well timed by Inaki Pena.
Inaki Pena should have taken one for the team. He should have fouled. Should have collected his red card, but he didn't want to get that red card.
You know, 6 goals for Burassi in the Champions League. You know, today, you know, he was having 4 and 2 assists before. Today, just made it 5 and 6, 2 assists, 8 goal involvement
The young
for
man
the Guinean,
is
an African player.
Is in good contention to be recognized as African best, definitely.
But not this season because
Yeah,
Ademola is going to have it
will
this
count
season.
for next season. This is 2024-25 already, and he's doing well for himself. Even if it was a tapping, he was there. He positioned himself for the tapping, and he got it right where he wanted the ball to be.
All right, so the match is ongoing. So looking at that goal, it took Barcelona unaware. You know, they actually was on the process of building up, and they lost the ball. But they could recover.
It was the offside trap that was broken. The trap was broken. Like I said, sometimes it gets broken. You can't always be effective. You can't be 100 in all your plans and programs. As much as you even try, you create all the things you should do, you still make mistakes, whether you like it or not.
Make mistake whether you like it or not. So right now, Barcelona build up all over again. You know, I look at it. They're always coming back from behind to equalize. So Barcelona got the first one. They equalized.
Yeah, but that tells you
they are coming from behind.
about the slackness of the Barca defense and the weakness of the Barca lineup. While trying to keep the offside trap, they made a very big blunder, not looking at the player who got himself free. However, that is part of the game because the other team is not there to watch you play. they are also there to play football. So it's not going to be only you playing. All of you have to play the game.
If you have to play the game.
Yeah, everybody's entitled to the ball. So everybody comes to the party. Let's see who takes the day. That's how it works. And this is a chance for Dortmund. What does he do with it? Nothing. That is not.
Is that a goal?
That is an offside.
So I think the player that actually took that shot after the referee whistled, like he have a yellow card, and he was even given a yellow card. It's the same thing Sebastian Alla, who was given a yellow card before. After referee whistle, still playing the ball.
Well, that was pretty close. That particular one wasn't much of a dissent or disobedience. It was pretty close. The whistle just went off, and he has already positioned to take the shot. That is understandable. So yes, he may not get away with that. No problem with that. But if the whistle has gone and the ball was a dead one, and then you still go to kick it, then you get something.
All right, so the match is ongoing right now. It's looking at Borussia Dortmund looking like they're going to get a victory in this encounter today.
They're working seriously
on that. And you can see them trying to break that defense of Barcelona. Wow.
Yeah, that's the home advantage. You could hear the fans roaring. The fans are cheering. They're making so much noise. They are pushing their team to go get it. If you can come back and score two, if a Barca will score two and you could come back and get the two back, then you can as well score three. That's what the fans are saying. Come on, score the third one, and let's see how it goes. But that is an offside already. I wonder why the linesman is not raising his flag early enough. He should have raised the flag long ago, not just raising the flag after so many minutes have been taken. Take a look at it. Was in an offside position.
I think the eye line tactics of keeping off against your opponent, Barcelona, I think is a good tactics, but they have to be master of that tactics if they must win a big.
No matter how smart you are at keeping a tactics, it is still breakable. There is no tactics that is cast in stone. Every strategy is still defeatable. You'll see, you can still find a penetrating hole or a window, a lacuna to get into your opponent. So no matter how smart you are, somebody might just run through and get what they want. So yes, good tactics. It keeps the opponent away from getting to your area. But on the other side, if an opponent can run through, then you're in trouble, which is what happened. And the team was punished just now. And now they are under intense pressure because Dortmund BVB has been attacking heavily. You know, the first goal they got was from a penalty kick, which was a tricky one. It was a dicey one. It was a
for Barcelona to counter right now against
send this
Dortmund.
ball now.
He has the ball. Send that one to Laval. Lamal beat his man. What a pass on earth is that? And look at that shot, and it's a goal. It's a goal.
Beautiful goal.
A brace for Pedri.
Yes.
My grace.
That's a beautiful.
Oh gosh.
That's a beautiful goal. No, I think that's De Jong.
Okay, is that Young?
De Jong should be 14. That's number 16. Not Pedri.
Look at that counter. They had the opportunity. Like a penna, punch the ball out, and look at that build up from their own half. Send the ball to Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal drew between two players, and look at that killer pass. What is wrong with this guy? This guy
That's Ferran Torres.
What a killer pass from Lamine Yamal.
It was a bad one. Take a look. And Torres steadied himself so well. And positioned the ball right where it should be. This is the kind of Barca I want to support. This is the kind of team you want to follow. It's a kind of team that takes you there. They lose their lead, they come back to get it, lose the lead again, and still come back to get the lead. And that's the kind of club you want to support.
Look at that.
And
he watched it. It took his time.
Yes. How's Arsenal doing? Let's take a look at Arsenal.
Right, it's 2-0 right now, Arsenal. a brace from Bukayo Saka. Yeah, so in that encounter. And been a game where Arsenal actually dominated possession by 54% to 46%. 12 goal attempts to 7 against Monaco, and
Wow.
5 shot on goal, and 2 to Monaco. So look at it. The second half we've seen 3 corner kicks, 2 to Arsenal and 1 to
So,
Monaco.
so we can safely say Arsenal is not doing badly in this game. Arsenal has once again put their put their enemies to shame.
Yeah,
Arsenal has once again shown the whole world that they are world class
and
and they are Champions League material.
Yeah, they're not corner kick. They're not corner FC.
And they didn't score by corner kicks today. So you'll agree with me that labeling a team or putting a team in a position because of one or two of their experiences or because of their position is not actually justified. You can use any tactics to win. At the time, we remember Jose Mourinho was winning games with 1 goal margin. He will score a goal and then he will plant a block in his own half. He will put a train, put a trailer, put a bus, and he will tell you that, look, I'm going to park a bus, and there's nothing you can do about it. He's going to park his bus. So that was his tactics, and he was winning. He will use that tactics to win the EPL. He will use it to win the FA, and he will go to La Liga, try and use the tactics again to win La Liga. So if Arsenal is playing and winning through corner kicks, that deserve.
I'm just talking about the Arsenal, and they just got another goal right now.
And it wasn't
And this
from
time
a corner
around,
kick.
is Saka who created the assist, and Havertz from the bench score the third goal.
And that's Kai Havertz putting his name on the score sheet, and Gabriel Jesus was only able to do an assist. So why would I, as a captain, as a coach, not want to start or play Havertz? It gets me the goals, and he's a striker. That's what I want them to do: support or get me the goal, and he gets the goal. So Arsenal is leading by 3-goal margin against a big Monaco. Monaco is a big team, and Arsenal is actually taking them a wash, splitting them apart into pieces. And that's the kind of team we're talking about. And the same thing is happening at Feyenoord. Feyenoord is beating their opponent. They're actually beating them like what we call Ashoke in Yoruba land. You know how you beat Ashoke? You put the clothes on the ground and you whoop it. You just keep whooping it until it gets straight in. That's what Feyenoord is doing to their opponent. 4 goals to 1 right there. And Stuttgart too. The opponent will come in. What's their name again?
Stuttgart, Young Boys.
Young Boys will come in from Switzerland. They will try to do something fantastic against Stuttgart in Germany, and they scored first. And Stuttgart will look at them and be like, look, you guys are looking for trouble, and you asked for it, and then Stuttgart will score 1 back, they'll score 2 back, they'll score 3 back, and score the 4th one. So it's actually 4-1 now. Stuttgart against Young
It's
Boys.
5-1.
Oh my goodness! So it's already 5. That's no mercy. That's showing no mercy. At all.
All right, AC Milan just went up against Zevna 2-1 in that encounter. Yeah,
that's
so 2-1 in that encounter. The only game that I've not seen a goal here is Benfica Bologna.
Benfica Bologna. I wonder why Benfica Bologna will not see goals at all, because Benfica is a good scoring side. So a lot of bookies will be disappointed with this, because they will have expected Benfica and Bologna to get them something. But as it is, Benfica Bologna will have destroyed a lot of people's tickets and expectations.
Yeah.
And for the bookies, we're sorry, these things happen. They happen all the time. You just have to take it like that.
Yeah, you just have to take it.
But it's been a wonderful set of games. So far, I think we had how many goals this round? Today's match, we had 5 goals, 7 goals, 5-7, 5-2, 7, and then let's take it from here. No, this is more than 5. That's 6 plus 3, 8 plus 2, 10, 16, 21, 24, 29, and then 33. That's 3 goals already scored in today's round of 6, the round of 6 of UEFA Champions League. 33 goals already.
Wow,
I don't think it was a bad day. Whichever match you're watching, except Bologna and Benfica, you will have seen a lot of goals happen. Even against Man City, 2 goals were scored.
And that game have just ended. Manchester City Juventus 2-0. Juventus won that one, and then AC Milan goal is under review by the VAR. And that is it. So Bologna, I know a lot of our bookies will be praying for Bologna to get a goal right now, because that is the only game that I've not seen goal. And if you look at it, today's game, all game I've actually seen 2.5 except Bologna, who is goalless in this encounter. And Juventus, Manchester City also did not see 2.5. It ended 2-0 in favor of Juventus.
Yeah, but if you actually did over 1.5, AC Milan or Manchester City, I mean against Manchester City, you will have got the game at over 1.5 because it did over 1.5. It's just Benfica and Bologna that didn't get over 1.5. Didn't even get over 0.5 at all.
Didn't even get a straight win. A lot of people have gone for Bologna, for Benfica,
or even over 1.5.
Or probably if you go for an handicap of 2.5 for Bologna, you'll be smiling to the bank too. But hey, it happens like that in football. One day there is one game that will be a spoiler game.
That's the game of football for you.
All right, we have a message here from Metin Obudu, who says, I know that Barcelona will win. Yeah, he said they are a better team than Dortmund this season. That is a Metin Obudu. He knows that Barcelona will win, that they are a better team.
Milton, I want to say thank you. You are appreciated. And I like your faith. And it's not just about your faith. I like your analysis of football and the way you view it. It's about the neutrality for me when you're looking at in-depth and you're looking at critical views rather than biased opinions. Well done and thank you, Milton. We appreciate your comments.
All right, then Stuttgart and Young Boys have ended 90 minutes full-time end-out encounter. So the final whistle has been blown. So it is Stuttgart 5, Young Boys 1.
Also, Arsenal versus AS Monaco has just ended. Arsenal 3, AS Monaco 0. So, Gunners, congratulations.
Gunners for life. Yeah. Gunners for life. Where are the Gunners? Yeah.
Juve has defeated Manchester City. And to the Nerazzurrians, I want to say congratulations too.
All right, so still waiting for the game. Final right now is 4 and Sparta Prague 2. The match ongoing. And Dortmund, Barcelona, I see 3-2 in favor of Barcelona. And let's see again if Dortmund will come back for the 3rd time in this encounter. Twice they came back, and this is the 3rd time right now. And it's a free kick against Barcelona in a dangerous position at this point in time. 4 minutes at the time in that encounter. So almost 3 minutes played. Just left with 1 minute to be played. 4 minutes already played. Added on time already over. And, just a minimum of 4 minutes is already played. So any moment from now, we'll be expecting the final whistle in that encounter. But let's see. I think the final touch will not be a goal against Barcelona.
Well, whichever way it goes, Barca is winning this game. It's a very challenging position they find themselves, and it's over the bar. It's over the bar by Charlatan, and the goal is not going to come. Dortmund will have to live with this loss, unfortunately.
But that was a beautiful header there.
Dortmund was offside.
But again, that was a beautiful header. Just needed to keep it down.
Yes, but it was in an offside position. The flag will have gone up against them.
All right, the match between Feyenoord and Sparta Prague have ended, and it is Sparta Prague 4. Feyenoord 4, Sparta Prague 2. So that is the final score in that encounter. So the final whistle in that encounter. So we're waiting for 3 matches left. And
now there's a Dortmund player on the floor rolling, trying to catch the attention of the referee. I'm sure he's looking for a way to give them an opportunity to look at VAR. Unfortunately, the referee is not taking any of that.
And that is the final whistle in that
over.
encounter. It is Barcelona who was a match victorious in this encounter. Congratulations to Barcelona. So it's Barcelona 3, Dortmund 2. So that's a beautiful scoreline for Barcelona.
Yeah, that's a good one. Barca just got the better of the two sides. And as the game ended, all the games ended. Bologna Benfica 0-0. Dortmund Barca in favor of Barca. You can actually tell from all the markings that the game against Bologna is actually the remarkable one that will so a lot of things for a lot of people.
Oh my grace.
Oh my grace.
My goodness.
Wow. Viewers, it's been wonderful sitting out here and talking football with you tonight. It's been great. And thank you for standing with us. Thank you for encouraging us. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for liking. We hope to do more of this. A better relaxed atmosphere. And from me, it's good night for the day.
All right, don't forget to join us tomorrow. We'll come again with the Europa League and the UEFA Conference League. You know, Chelsea's on the menu tomorrow. Manchester United also on the menu tomorrow. So don't forget to join us tomorrow when we come with those big matches in the Premier League. It's time for things to with us and
in the Europa and Conference.
So, it's good night from me.